Hey guys, and welcome back to Sprinkle of Courage. I am sorry I missed last week, but I had that winter vomiting bug, which is not the most pleasant thing to have. But I am back feeling more like myself today, so I'm glad to be finally able to film a video for you guys. Now, I don't know about you, and I remember speaking to a few of you last year about it, but around this time of the year, it's all about Christmas and people getting in the Christmas spirit and just generally getting happy for the holidays and in a positive mood. And I know that I find it quite hard to deal with this time of year because anybody who knows somebody with a mental illness or people with a mental illness know that you can't predict your mood and you can't get really excited for anything and you can't hold on to the feeling of happiness. So this time of year requires a lot more pretending to be happy and trying a lot more harder to get into the happiness and the jolliness that's around this season. I dread it because it's just so it's hard when you have a mental illness and you have to keep a mask on your face and pretend that things are okay, and even if it's just for yourself you have to pretend that it's okay for a while. It gets exhausting, and when you have to put up a bigger mask and constantly wear it and put more effort into it and just try to seem like you're enjoying the time, it's a lot more exhausting, and it's just hard this time of year. I've been feeling those self-harm urges again, and it was hard to fight them this time. The tricks that seemed to have kept me stopping and eventually made me stop last time weren't working as good as they normally do. And for anybody with any sort of addiction that has stopped, and self-harm is an addiction, it's all about finding something that helps you cope with it without doing it, that makes you sort of feel as good and get that addicted sort of feeling away without actually doing it. And the ice cube trick used to work wonders for me, the rubber band, but they weren't working so good, and I was really struggling because I didn't want to fall back down that slippery slope, because anybody with an addiction will know that once you fall, and you can say to yourself that it'll be just for this once, but it won't. And I had banged my leg and it had proper like cut it, and there was like a gash and there was some blood, and I remember just, it gave me that feeling and pain, and it was just, it reignited that need in me, and I struggled to find what I could do to not fall down. And I talked to the person that I speak to, the therapist, and I said that they weren't working, and I was not having a clue how to not do it anymore, because especially now this time of year there's a lot of pressure, as I've been saying, and it's this time of year where you need that comfort blanket and that addiction more than ever. My therapist suggested mindfulness. Now, I've told you in the past that I didn't really think I'd get into it in the sense of sitting there in quiet, breathing in, letting out, and just ignoring it, because my head is constantly on the go and I just couldn't see that working for me. And I've done it with the fact that I get lost in music, and I put headphones in and I put on a playlist or an album and I just lose myself in the music, and that helps a lot. But I never thought I'd get into the whole breathing thing and just sort of relaxing. But she suggested it, and we spent one session where she sort of taught me how to just do it, and it was a lot easier than I thought it was. And I've done it a few times since then, and it does help. And it sounds really stupid when all you're doing is breathing in and out and focusing on the sound you hear around you and just pushing any thought out of your head. But it helps to just have that few minutes or however long you want to do it for, a break from the constant negativity whirling around in your head. And when you come away from it, you feel a lot more calmer and you have a better grip on your state of mind than you did beforehand. And I find it quite useful because you don't have to do it just hidden away in your bedroom. For people with anxiety, I know a lot of us who have anxiety struggle with when we're out and about, but we have to go somewhere. Like, I know for me lately, doctors, I hate going to the doctors because of the crowd. She suggested that I could try it there, because all you're doing is literally just sat there and concentrating on your breathing and the sounds around you, and it helps just relax you and take those thoughts away from your mind and just get your mind a bit of clarity, and then you've got that better grip on reality rather than that mental state you're in where everything is a blur, you're panicking, everything's negative, and you just don't know what's going on. So I urge you to give it a try, even for the skeptics, because I was a skeptic. I honestly didn't think it'd work for me. And maybe you don't need to do it with the breathing. Maybe you can, if you don't want to do it where you're centering yourself around breathing and focusing on sounds, it works with music. If you put on, headphones in, and you just lay back or sit up with your headphones in and just listen to the music and the lyrics and let everything else drift from your mind and just focus on that, and that helps too. It's just a way for you to stop your mind from taking control of you, and you just having that break from your mental illness, your whizzing brain that's constantly negative, and to help you get a better grip and for you to sort of be able to think that you can do it and you can take another breath without a weight on your chest. So that's all from me this week, and I want you to have a go and let me know what you think. If you think you enjoyed it, or if you didn't really understand it, if you didn't like it, let me know. I'm always sort of interested to see what other people's take on it is, because I was definitely a very big skeptic on the whole mindfulness, but now I kind of enjoy it. And I'm going to say it again because apparently a lot of people did not know, and a lot of people have come and messaged me, that you can message me and leave comments, and I will get back to you as soon as I can, I promise. All the links on how to contact me via Sprinkle Courage or me personally are all in the description box below, and I promise I will reply. Right now it is 7:30 in the morning. It is absolutely freezing here, so I am going to go snuggle up with my dog and put on a little bit of a film. So I hope you guys enjoy your week, and I'll see you soon.